Hey friends, hello everyone. Today, I want to share some valuable information with you on how to create an Apple ID account for your iPhone. This video is made to save you time in finding important information about registration, and of course, save you money on this service. So watch the video carefully and repeat the step-by-step actions, and you'll succeed. Today, I'll show you how easy and quick it is to register an Apple ID on your iPhone, and I'll also show you how to set it up. App Store, so you can easily and quickly download the apps you need. Why is this so important? Without an Apple ID, you won't be able to download apps, use the App Store, or many other features. So make sure to watch until the end, as I'll share important tips to avoid mistakes. So what exactly is an Apple ID? It's a user account used on Apple devices to access official services and software such as... In general, it contains the user's data and settings. An Apple ID is necessary for installing apps, making purchases in the App Store and iTunes Store, syncing data and iOS settings through iCloud using FaceTime or iMessage, and also for accessing Apple support services. One Apple ID will help ensure the seamless operation of all Apple services and connected devices, allowing you to access your personal content across all your devices. What does this mean? An Apple ID allows you to connect all your devices into one ecosystem for convenient and seamless use. For example, you have an iPhone, MacBook, Apple Watch, iPad, and other devices. You create an Apple ID once and then you connect it to all your devices. This gives you a single cloud where you can instantly share information, with photos, music, and documents shared between all your devices with just one click. It's really convenient and simplifies everyday use. So, let's get started with the registration. Let's go! Friends, get yourself a piece of paper and a pen ready to jot down the information that you will create when setting up your Apple ID. I did it this way. We created the first name Prokop and the last name Prokop. So, we will have a fictional person. Day and month, year of birth. We prepared the user 10/10/2000 for the birth date and a phone number for confirmation and receiving SMS. So let's get started with the registration. If you have already prepared the information for registration, let's start registering. If you haven't prepared it yet, pause the video, get the information ready, and we'll start the registration. On your desktop, find the settings icon, go into it, and at the top, we have an account and an Apple ID. We go into it, and at the bottom, we see there's a section for those without an Apple ID account. We dive into the form where we need to create a first name, last name, and the day and month of the year of birth. We enter the first name, Prokop. And we enter the last name, Prokop. You enter your information that you have. And we choose our date. In our case, it's 10/10/2000. I recommend entering your day and month of birth so that you don't have any issues when recovering your Apple ID. If this is needed later, we click Continue. We go to the email section. Here, you need to enter your email. Since we don't have it, we click No. Email address, get email, white load. Here we need to enter the email that we want to come up with. So, we come up with the email. The first letter is P, the second is P. I took it based on the first letters of the first name and last name. The next one I took is 10/10 years. This format of the email shouldn't be allowed. We click Continue and create the email. We click Continue and create the email. Accordingly, she led us through smoothly. After that, we can create a password. The password needs to be complex and mandatory. You should remember it and write it down in 2 or 3 copies so you have them saved. The password must definitely contain 1 or 2 uppercase letters. Use symbols for password acceptance. Use symbols. Then the system will definitely let you through with the password again. We enter the password so that the system can confirm that you entered it correctly. The first password is correct and you didn't make any mistakes, because sometimes you can make an error and then you won't know how to log out of the Apple system. Go ahead and click Continue. Great. We get to the section where we need to confirm the phone number. You select the country for confirmation in advance. Before I forget, I'll write down Without your password and login, you won't be able to access your Apple ID or sign out of it when selling your device, because this is very important information. After which we enter the phone number at this stage. Sometimes problems arise, and if you have them, describe them to me in Telegram or write in the comments. I will try to help you further after you have entered the number. Click continue and wait for the SMS. The super SMS arrived as quickly as possible, so we enter the code that we received from Apple and continue registration. Because, yes, sometimes the codes can take a really long time to arrive, and sometimes they don't come at all, so it's great that the SMS arrived. We enter the code and click continue. Here, we need to read the terms and conditions, and then we click accept all. Here we need to read the terms and conditions and click accept. That's it. Congratulations, your Apple ID is registered. That's how easily you can register an Apple ID. But that's not all. In the iCloud panel, we see the device on which we created the account. In the future, other devices will appear here that we will link to this account. At the top, we see the first and last name as well as the email. So this email, we need to write this down because this is our login. Great, now let's go to the App Store. Since we have an incomplete registration, we need to connect the App Store to our iCloud to fully use your device and download all the apps and games. That's what you need on your iPhone. To complete all these actions, you need to download any of the apps. Let's find something like that now and download it. So, I can see Gmail now. Let's click download and then we click install. We will also see a panel where we need to enter the iCloud password. We enter it. We click sign in. Awesome. But the download won't happen because we have incomplete registration actions. Click on view. After that, a panel will open for adding Apple ID information. We need to select a country. The country you choose will decide the apps offered. If it's Germany, accordingly, if it is Germany, you will be offered applications for Germany. If it's Ukraine, you'll be shown apps for Ukraine. If it's Russia, apps for Russia will be offered, and so on. So, clarify which apps you need and for which country they are used, and choose the country that you need. We select the country. We check the box and click next. We get to the panel where the system offers us to link a card for payments. We select no. The system automatically pulls in the first and last name. We need to enter the address, city, zip code, and phone number. By the way, it doesn't really matter what information you enter here. I just made up the address completely. I wrote the city as Kiev. I also made up the zip code. He has no relationship with Kiev at all. Well, I came up with the idea that the main thing was that it would fit the index of Ukraine. Accordingly, if you enter the index of Germany, enter Germany. If you enter the index of Russia, enter the index of Russia. In general, there have never been any problems. You can also enter a phone number made up, just like I did in this example. Therefore, everything works without problems and you can fully use and download everything you want. There was one error earlier. I forgot to add one digit. No problem, we just added that one digit. Everything fine? Sometimes you need to wait, so don't worry, it works. No errors. Don't worry, everything will work. It doesn't throw any errors. Everything is working. Click continue. No problem. You can see all the apps available for Ukraine. You can download any app that you need. So let's take an example and download one of the apps so you can see that everything works. And you can fully use and download any app as well as games. Well, I think we will now download an app as an example and see how it all works. Let's choose one of the... Maybe let's use WhatsApp as an example. We click download, install. Let's enter the password for the App Store ID. We click sign in. Everything's. We're waiting download. It asks for the password after 15 minutes. Everything's great. The app, it's starting to download. Everything works without issues. But who will have problems? You can ask me either in the comments, right under the video, or message me directly on Telegram. I'll try to help you. Everything's great. Let's go in, take a look, check it out. Now let me show you how to switch from one region to another. Let's go to settings, go to your account, and then go to content and purchases and click on view. We're waiting for the system to load everything for us. And we choose the country. We select Ukraine. We click on change country. And we choose the country that we need in order to download the app or switch from one region to another. So for instance, let's take Russia. And then it takes us to the terms and conditions that we need to agree to. We click accept. And we end up on the previous panel, just like we registered before. We click no. The card, first name and last name have been pulled in. We enter the address, city, zip code, and phone number. You can also put in anything made up. No, we click next. Great, our app store has changed. And now you can download the app for a different country. Any country that you're interested in can be changed in this simple way. But an important point is that if you change the country and you have a subscription, get ready to say goodbye to it, because all the subscriptions you have will be lost when you change the region. So this is an important point to check. If you have paid subscriptions, don't change the region. Now let's download one of the apps, for example, Telegram. We click install and everything. The download has started. By the way, while the application is downloading, let me show you some additional actions by going to iCloud. By the way, you can remove photos that are synced with your iCloud because you have 5 GB of storage there. If you don't want to pay for it, so you don't get notifications that your storage is full, turn it off so it doesn't bother you, and all the photos you have will be saved directly on your phone. And I would also recommend turning on the keychain feature. This is an important feature. When you, for example, enter one of the passwords, it will be saved. It's very convenient. And then, when you transfer to another phone, all your data, all your passwords will be transferred. It's very convenient. When you transfer everything to another phone, you log into your apps and you don't have to remember anything. But I would recommend everything. Make sure to write down all your passwords. Duplicate them somewhere and keep them safe because sometimes you might need them. If you need any additional information regarding the settings, just write to me and I'll guide you through everything. It's all great. We're back, and we have Telegram downloaded already. Super, you can use the apps. Basically, everything is already finished for us. Registration works great. So it took us time, and let's review what we need to create an account. Your first name, last name, day, month, year of birth, phone number, and come up with a username and a strong password. Write down your username, password, and birth date, day, month, and year. Remember this information. If you need to recover your account, you will need it. Everything you create must be written down, especially login and password, date, day, month, year of birth. It's also important to remember this, because there are times when you need to recover your account, and they will ask for this information. So, make sure to write everything down and keep it safe. I hope I gave detailed registration info. If you have issues, ask in comments or Telegram chat. Link in description. Feel free to ask your questions in the comments or write in the Telegram chat. I'll leave the link to the chat in the description. I would appreciate a like and a subscription to the channel. Also, let me know in the comments what kind of video in this format would interest you. Thank you for watching the video until the end. Wishing you all a great mood. Talk to you later. Bye.